All right, so this was the homework. Swap with your neighbor. Do not grade your own paper. This was also on Edmodo. So you should have had this. You should have watched this. Um, for those of you who need my information, I'm going to put this in the video. Um, oh, where's my number? You can contact me on Edmodo, but sometimes Edmodo does not send me the stuff that I need, like the notification to let me know that you're going to message me, um, or that you message me. So you can reach me at this number, which is my Google Voice. In case you have a question and then you need me to answer, most likely I'll be able to answer faster that way. So you can use that one. Yes, that's not my personal number. That's my Google Voice. I can change it all the time. Obviously, I'm not going to change it because I'm using it if you guys need my help. Um, so I'm leaving it there for that reason. Do not contact me at my other email. If you have to, make sure you do it at jtoralba at dallasisd.org. Whoa. Only email me if it's like something that is formal. Like if your parents need to talk to me, they can email me or they can call me. You can also text me to this number, text or call. Either you text me first. If it's like an emergency, you can call me. Uh, and for the YouTube, just type in Juan Toralba, and my stuff should show up. Obviously, you can get through it, my email, through the YouTube, through the Edmodo, and just click on the thing, and it takes you there. All right. No, it's my second last name. All right. So going back to this, the homework was fairly easy. It wasn't very difficult. I'm gonna grab it and take it to the other spot so that we can. That was the last part of the second page. Did we finish that last time? We didn't finish that. Yeah. So for these problems, you have to read them carefully. It's talking about what is the measurement of the angle between the second path and the third path. The second path is this one. The third path is this one. So what is the measurement of that angle? How do you figure it out? A, B, C. What is A? I guess I can use, no, I can't use it. 9x. What is B? 19. What is C? Why is it 3x minus 1? How do you know it's the same? What are they called? They're vertical angles, right? Because they're vertical angles, that means they're the same size. So that means you're using this line as your 180 angle, right? So using A, B, C, oh, it stayed over there. Way. Okay. I could probably bring it over here. Yeah, I'm all kinds of cool. All right, so A plus B plus C equals what? 180. All right, so what is A? 9x minus 7. What is B? 19. What is C? And that equals 180, right? So let's work this out. Let's combine all the variables. Then we get 12x, and then 19 minus 7 is 12. 12 minus 1 is 11. So we get 180 right here. Then we add 11 to both sides. No, it's positive. We subtract 11 from both sides, and we end up with 12x equals 169. When you divide it by 12, you get a decimal, but it is 14 point something, 0 something, or 1 something. I'm not so sure. But if you got 14, that's all I need. For the next part, this was a little easier. Let me erase this. My thing. Okay, so it says 3 streets meet each other as shown. What is the measure of the angle between Oak Street and Elm Street? So this is Oak Street and this is Elm Street. What can I do to find the measurement of this guy right here? First of all, what is that? It's a vertical, so what does it mean? It's the same, right? So how do I figure out the measurement of that? A and B. What is A? We can make this A, that's fine. And what about B? What does it equal? What does it equal 90? You're only using the 90-degree angle, right? And anything that's inside. Could you have used 180? What do you have to do then? You have to add C, right? You have to be like C, and that would be 90, and then make the whole thing, right? But that's a lot of work that you don't need to do. So we can just keep it as that one, right? So we're going to go A plus B equals 90. And A is 4x minus 7. B is 2x plus 1 equals 90. Combine the variables. So you get 6x. Negative 7 plus 1, that's 7 boys and 1 girl. You end up with 6 boys, right? 90. Add 6. You end up with 6x equals 96, right? And then you divide by 6, and what do you get? Y'all should have done this. I think it's 16. It's 16. Yep. If you had done it the other way, it would have been the same thing. You're just subtracting. You having 180 on the other side. You take away 90. You end up with this actually, halfway through it. It's just the first part is more work. All right, for the next part. On this one, there were many different choices. So name a pair of vertical angles. Can somebody give me a pair of vertical angles? Raising their hands. Yes. A, E, B, and what else? D, E, F. Those are vertical angles. If you notice, it's 2 lines intersecting. So A, E, B, and angle D, E, F. Well, if it's one angle, is it a pair? No, right? If I give you just one sock, is that a pair of socks? No, it's only one. Pant, pant, a pair. Okay, you go and talk to the stylist about that and come back to me. All right. Do we see any more vertical angles? B, C. I'm sorry? B, C. And what else? F, B, D. Is that actually a vertical angle? Oh, she's not here. Does she need something? Okay. So for that one, that wouldn't work because you don't have 2 lines intersecting. It has to be 2 lines, straight lines intersecting. So what do you get? To what? Wait, that? No. AEF. What am I doing? Somebody move this kid. That's not funny, so what's the time? So A, E, F, and B, E, D, right? They don't? What are vertical angles? Opposite side, they share the same point, right? Vertex. They share the same vertex? They do. Are they opposite sides? Are they the same measurement? Absolutely. So, all right. So, for the next one, name a pair of complementary angles. Name a pair of complementary angles. I'm sorry? CED. That's actually a 90-degree angle by itself. This is a pair, right? You have to have a pair to be complementary. That's also one angle that equals 90. Thank you. We need to clarify that. Complementary angles are two angles, not one, two angles that add up to what? 90. When you said CED, that's one angle that already equals 90. That won't work. So AEB and BEC equal 90 together. And those are two angles, right? BEC. And those are complementary. Do you see any more? That will give you 90 when you add them? Where? If you do, where? Can you repeat what I just said a while ago about angles? How many? Two angles that do what? That equals to 180. So does CED work for complementary angles? Would this work with that complementary angle? Why? It's already 90, right? That won't work. All right, name a pair of complementary angles. There's a lot of them here. The what? AED and what? BED. They form two angles on a straight line, right? That's one of them. What else? Uh-huh. What does that give me? How many degrees? That's right. CED. They have to give you a total of 180, right? If they don't, then that's not right. What else? The what? Again, they give you 180. What else? Hmm? What? CEB? That won't work. Because I have a big gap in the middle. How can I make that one work? CEB, what else? How can I make that one work to where it gives me 180 when I add the other angle? The what? It cannot be a straight line. I have to pull another angle. BEC, that's what BEC is. CEF, yes. And that gives me the 180 line. When you create this angle on this one, it creates like a Y. It could be this way, it could be the other way, it could be down, it could be that way, but it always creates a Y because it's a straight line that has one angle. And when you have that, you create a Y. A straight Y though, not this fancy thing. All right, so for the next one, it was actually pretty easy. You were just trying to find the angles, right? I mean the measurement. They gave you one, you find the other one. If angle 1 is 120, then what is angle 3? Why is that? The vertical angles, right? Vertical angle, that's the rule, right? What about if the measurement of angle 2 is 13, what is measurement of angle 4? 13, the vertical angles. And notice how they change. They don't all relate to the same measurement. So if the measurement of angle 3 is 110, what is the measurement of angle 2? 70, because both of them should have to 180, right? If the measurement of angle 4 is 65, then what is the measurement of angle 1? 115, right? Because both of these should add up to 180. All right. This one is more work, but it's not that bad. Notice how it says the value of x. Find the value of x. So if you put 57 for the first one, it's wrong. I did not ask you for the degree because you can find it by subtracting 33 from 90. I wanted you to do it algebraically by using the ABC, right? So what do I do here? And what does it equal? So a plus b equals 90. So 2x plus 1 plus 33 equals 90. You combine those and you get 2x plus 34 equals 90. Subtract 34. Oops. And you get 2x equals 56. Divide by 2. X equals 28. So your answer should have been x equals 28 after showing all of this work. If you did not show all that work, then it's wrong. That's a different story, but you have to show me that too. All right, for the next one, what do we do? I know Adriana and Dana are not the only people who did their homework, right? Matthew.
3x plus.
Uh-huh. Yes. Why is that 90? It's the right angle. And what does it equal? 180. Why does it equal 180? It's a triangle, right? So the angles of a triangle always equals to 180. So you get 3x. Combine all of these, you get 126 equals 180. Subtract 126. 3x equals 4, carry 1, 5, 54, divided by 3. X equals 118. So the answer should be x equals 18. If you did not have all that, then it's wrong. How are you going to tell me you got the right answer if you don't show me your work? I'm sorry? Show me. Well, if you show me your steps, then yes. When you get that, come back to me. For this one, we're going to move on to the next part, which, hello. But it does. What all stuff? Oh, because I teach it. You see it all the time. I already did the other one. I just don't know where I put it. Devil. No. I don't have it. Oh well. I am, but I have a lot of classes. You think you're the only kid I have? Ooh. That should make a difference. Oh, Peter. I missed you. All right, so for this one, what is your approach? This was a little tricky. You don't have C. You don't have. How? But this angle does not equal 180, right? You can't because J is not an angle. What can you tell me about those angles? Let's start there. What? So what does that mean? When two angles are vertical, what does that mean? They equal, right? I'm going to use that word. They equal to each other, right? So I'm going to put 5x plus 12, and you're saying they're equal to 6x minus 10. Can I work this out and figure out what x is? So let's start with the variables first because it's a bigger one. Let's put them all in one side. You get 12 equals 1x minus 10. What can I do here? Add 10. You get x equals IO. So the answer is x equals 22. Yep, that was it.
You can do that?
That was it because you're trying to find the value of x. So if they're both are equal, then that should give me the answer.
That's an easy way to do it.
We briefly learned this at the beginning of two-step equations when I'll show you multiple step equations, but it wasn't for very long. Then you would have ended up with all the variables, I mean everything on one side. We want to keep the x by itself and then everything else on this side. So I'm trying to get rid of everything. If I had done minus 12 on both sides, I would have ended up with 0 equals x minus 22. Would that make any sense? No. So you want to keep the variables on one side and the constant, which are the numbers, on the other side, right? You could have also done it the other way around. If you subtracted 6 from both sides, you would end up with negative 1 plus 12 equals negative. You would have ended up with this. Negative 1 plus 12 equals negative 10. Then you subtract 12, and you end up with negative x equals negative 22. Then you have to divide by negative 1x, right, to get rid of the negative. And then you end up with x equals, when you divide two negatives, you end up with a positive, right? The same answer, but this was easier because you didn't have many negatives in them. What do you mean? No. You only add them when they both equal to something. But in this situation, they don't equal to anything. We don't know. Are we all good? All right, the last one is pretty easy too. What do we do? Yep, A and B. 3x plus 45. What does it equal? 45 minus 45. 3x equals 5. 135. When you divide by 3, x equals 45. That's it.